And the truth is finally out. And the only thing I can say is, from what I'm hearing, is there were leaks in the dam. They were trying to stick their fingers in all these leaks, and the dam was gonna collapse eventually. And I guess, plus with, I guess, Radio Free Scarlet broke it about the special that, the war between the land and the sea, which I have little faith in from what I've seen. But like I said, I will watch it, see, if it's good or not. But the fact of the matter is, if it was good news, they would have told you months ago. And so they knew months ago Disney was out. We all knew, especially us folks watching this channel, that whole "we're going to wait till after war between the land and the sea airs" was a load of hooey. It had, I'm like, what does war between the land and the sea have anything to do with the decision on the main show, and why they thought people would actually swallow this is beyond me. I know I got a bit loud yesterday. I got to figure out what's going on with that microphone because it's doing some weird shit. I may have to just replace it. I know I got a couple backups in the drawer back at home. So, but yeah, the fact that they sat there, took so long, and then, oh, by the way, RTD's writing the Christmas special for 2026. 2026. Wow. And I have this eerie feeling, and like I said, I can't prove it, but I like I said, it's like the only reason I think he's coming back for 2026 Christmas special is because he was holding the Billy Piper thing over their head and how they were going to explain it. And as I said, no, I don't want anything rebooted anymore. No more reboots. Someone said a Sliders reboot would be nice. No, because they'll screw it all up like they've done a lot of things. Um, I don't know. It's just they knew. They knew this months ago. I'm sorry. It's just I'm kind of all wound out after yesterday. It's knew that there were rumors and what you call it going around. There was going to be an announcement, but damn. And I'm loving, of course, the usual suspects. Nardi and all that is already out there with his big video that the Disney has, dumped Doctor Who and blah, blah. I'm like, this guy dumps on Disney all the time. He dumps on Doctor Who all the time. I want to know. I wish there was a way to send a mind probe into this guy's head to even see if he even watches half the shit he dumps on. Mark, me, and Millie just caused an earthquake in his bed. Guys, I don't want to break you to this, but our former president George Bush had a dog named Millie. Okay. Okay. No, it's just I get a laugh out of it. The fact that a lot of these guys are probably not even watching any of the stuff they dump on, and yet they get, big, huge numbers pretending they give a shit about anybody when you can tell they don't. They don't care about corporate agendas. They don't. The only thing they care about is their own agenda. What's going to boost my bank account this week? But yeah, now the truth is out. We can let it sink in. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with electing women to office or anything like that. It's as long as they know what they're doing. Just it just upsets me when people throw candidates up there because maybe we should elect this person because they're this, this, and this, and I'm like, but are they qualified to do the job? Yeah, Time Warrior was a very pivotal episode. He introduced the Sontarans, introduced Sarah Jane Smith, and of course, the first time Gallifrey was actually named. So, a very pivotal episode there in Who history. Because up to that point, yeah, the Doctor's home planet did not have a name. I know that's the thing. I'm beginning to wonder if the only reason he's coming back for the Christmas special is because that's going to be it. He's gone, and then you got to wonder, who's going to take over after? Because if you bring somebody in who's never written for the series or has no knowledge of the lore, you can yield major disaster. And like I said, we saw that with the asshole light. Somebody who never even so much as watched the Star Wars holiday special is now suddenly in charge of an entire series, and then oh god, did they bungle the shit out of it. Just from what little I've seen of it, I'm like, oh my god, did I dodge a lightsaber bullet to the head? Ugh. Well, the problem is, I don't think they're going to bring in JMS because he's not British. So, that's one thing they have been a stickler about. It's just still amazing to me, that it's over. We now know the truth. It was kind of like taking a big dump. We're a bit refreshed afterwards, but we feel a little empty. I still couldn't believe that the other day. I was scheduled off Monday, and then I came in Tuesday, and they let me out of here early. I was shocked. I can't figure out for the life of me why Billy is obviously had work done. She didn't need it done. You can just tell. I'm like, it's like something's not quite right here. Am I looking at a Rorschach test? What is it? Well, the U.S. will finally get a female POTUS in 2028. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Wednesday season 2 was pretty good. I can't complain. Well, there's no telling where Doctor Who is going to go because, like I said, we've got to wait. I honestly don't think there's going to be anything planned for next year at all. I think it's going to be a mad scramble to, fester the show no one asked for. Yeah, that's another thing I'm getting tired of. It used to be crazy back in the day when we had all these spin-offs of shows. Some went on to be rather successful. Others were like, huh? Why? Well, I pretty much wear glasses all the time these days because I've been too paranoid about after what happened with my contacts a while back. You start wearing them every day anymore because, um, like I said, I got a corneal ulcer, and trust me, that is painful as hell. And yeah, you're waiting till 2027, I believe it is, for the series 3 of Wednesday. And I'm like, why the hell are we waiting 2 years at a time or 3 years at a time for shows? It's ridiculous. Well, the Vervoids were wiped out, so you're never seeing them again. Ha. The vagina-headed space plants. You know, it's just... Oh, man. Yeah, that's the thing, though. Like I said, I'd been wearing contacts for close to 30 years and never had that happen before. And then boom. All I can say is, now our watch begins. We're going to sit back and, watch, of course, War Between the Land and the Sea. Yeah, grab up as much Doctor Who, especially Classic Who, if you can get your hands on it, because when those episodes go out of print, oh my goodness gracious, especially the Classic Who, you should see how much they charge for a Classic Who serial, even at like half-price books. When it's out of print, it's like ridiculous. I remember when they got there was my half price, no, it wasn't half price, it was a buyback DVD place back where I used to live. They got a copy of the movie Death Dream in. They wanted like $200 or $300 for it. And I'm like, because this was the classic re-release blah blah edition, and it was out of print, and it was an old movie. And I'm like, guys, I remember watching this movie on Channel 19. It was never worth. Sure, it's a good horror film, but it ain't worth $200 to $300. Plus, we still got probably some more announcements coming on the missing episodes thing. So hopefully we'll be hearing more about that in the near future. And so who knows? We just have to sit back and wait and see what else, drops out of the tree, so to speak. But the tree has been shaken, all the fruit has fallen out, the apples have been picked, the oranges have been, sent off to be squished. Now we know the truth of the matter, and it's always a bitter taste sometimes when you taste the truth, but then again, truth never really tastes that good. But oh well, I just made complete nonsense in one sentence here. It's well, okay. The Ed Gein monster thing it's fiction. It's garbage. I tried to watch it, so I'm like, this isn't a docu-series. This is a dramatization. And it's like, what's going to be next? Ed Gein the musical? I was skinning some people the other day, and I thought, oh my God, that's gay. Then I thought, oh way, I'm going to make her into a lampshade. Oh ho, I'm wearing my mama's face as a mask. Oh ho, oh my God. I could write that. That's what's sad. Okay, but it's almost that time for me to get inside, so please be kind, be calm, be safe, enjoy the rest of your day. We now know the truth. We now know what's going on for real. Now we just got to sit back, wait, and hopefully we'll hear some more news in the future here, not too long. So enjoy your Wednesdays, everybody. We'll catch you all again tomorrow. Take care, and see you all in the future.